Hi there, it's Ina here and welcome to my art room. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel and please push the bell icon so you will receive notification of all my regular uploads. So here I have a sturdy cologne box, and as you can see it's in very good shape, but I do want to redecorate the front here. Now I really enjoy making boxes, decorating boxes, and often I use 3D elements like these ones, but then of course it's hard to stack them. So for this big box I will keep it flat, and to decorate it I want to use all this ephemera which I'm keeping in these two boxes. They are small pieces, larger pieces. Some came from kits, some were just cut apart from printed craft paper, some got to me in Happy Mail, and so on. So I have quite a little collection here and it seems to be growing. On the other hand, I don't use it very often, or if I do, very sparingly, especially in my art pages. These are interesting to look at. They have a vintage flair, at least many of them, but I do prefer finding naturally aged images and distressing them myself. Anyway, I want to glue them together to cover the front of this box, and for that I use some very simple copy paper. One sheet will be covering the top and the other one I will cut apart so I can cover also the side. I also have a page from a Sears catalog and a page from an old German dictionary. At this point you might question why I don't glue the paper straight to the box. First of all, the box is really in very good condition. I don't have to do anything to the inside. The edges are perfect, so it doesn't need a whole lot of altering. I mainly want to cover up the advertisement and make it my own. So by doing it this way, I can keep the box clean and I can also create a very crisp edge after cutting the paper. Second, I do want to give a special touch to these little collage pages I'm working on right now, and for that they have to be separate. You will understand why really soon. For now, I'll let you watch me glue everything down and I'll talk to you in just a wee bit. So as you can see, by this time everything is dry, really dry, and I can cut off the edges, and then I will use my paper cutter to cut the front piece to size. It just needed a tiny adjustment. And then I cut the second piece into 4 strips, which will be covering the sides of the box. Now, of course, I could just glue these on and be done with, but I want to add a little more interest. So I will take all these pieces under my sewing machine and with a straight stitch go all around the edges, including all the individual pieces I glued down, the numbers and so on. So here is the result. I hope my camera picks it up, but trust me, it looks good and it feels great. It gives it just a tiny texture. So here I'm adding some brown archival ink to all the edges, and then they just get glued down to my box. For that I use tacky glue and plenty of it, and it needs a little manipulating because the paper is pretty stiff by now, but if you work with it, it will stick and be very solid. This is definitely pretty easy and quick to do, but can really transform packaging containers like this one into fun storage units or gift boxes. So everything had time to dry, and here's my completed box. I like the simplicity of the design. The Mod Podge sealed everything nice and smooth, and I like the sewing on it too. I think it gives it just that little extra touch. Now I left a border all around this box, as you can see, pretty evenly, even though it's not perfectly straight. Now here in the front, when I added the paper, I added it all the way to the bottom of the lid. When I close the box, you can see it complements the overall design. So again, it is very much up to whatever box you're covering, how you work with your paper. There are many different options, and some boxes do not need to be covered on the sides at all. Like this one here, I did some time back. It is a wooden cigar box, and I like the wooden look, so I didn't want to cover it up. So I simply added the paper on the top where the box was slightly damaged, and by sanding down the edges, I got a perfect fit. Of course, sanding does not work for cardboard boxes, so for these type of cologne boxes or whatever sturdy box you might have, leaving a little border is a better way to go. I hope you enjoyed this. See you soon again. Bye bye for now.